What is up, you geezer bloke tie geezers? It is Chris Modernine here. So, Chelsea have scraped a 2-1 win over Brighton. Now, despite the fact that we did indeed win, and it's very important because, well, it gives us 3 points, and also, Southampton did us a bit of a favour today with a 3-2 win over Arsenal. Get in there. So that's huge. That's really big. Knocks Arsenal fans down to size, I suppose. That's all good. But I digress. There are a few things about our game today that I really need to address. So, Chelsea, in the first half, in that game against Brighton, solid. I couldn't argue with that. Solid game. We scored 2 fantastic goals from Pedro and Eden Hazard. Some fantastic football build-up for the first goal for Pedro. Hazard crossing it in the penalty box, and then Pedro finishing it quite fantastically. And then second goal, Brighton and Hove Albion completely miss pass in the middle. Willian picks it up, passes it to Eden Hazard, runs all the way to the goal, finishes it. Easy. And then for the rest of that first half, it was all about a possession game. It was all nice, solid, crisp. Everything was reasonably good. It wasn't perfect. And there were a few times where there were a few people that were misplacing passes. But other than that, overall, first half, it was just a fantastic possession game. Brighton couldn't do anything. It was Eden Hazard playing a fantastic game. He was unplayable at times. I mean, even when he was playing as a false 9, he played a false 9 all game. And he was unplayable. You know, it was just fantastic first half. Second half was where it all went downhill. I don't know what the hell happened at halftime. I don't know what happened in the Brighton dressing room. But one thing I do know is that Brighton, as soon as the second half started, the game completely changed. The game literally changed. And you know what even bothers me is that we could have even finished them off with that strike by Marcos Alonso that hit the woodwork. 5 minutes later, Brighton get a very, very cheap goal. It was a cross in, and then a low-headed cross, and then I can't remember who scored. I think it was Solly March. I think is that his name? Solly March, yeah. Just finishes it. Kepa with no chance. And then as soon as that goal goes in, everybody switches off. The passing game, the possession game, just not there. Everybody panics. Everybody just switches off. Everybody just loses their heads. And then Brighton, chance after chance after chance. We've had games like this in the past. Even under Antonio Conte last season, we had games like this where we looked like we'd finished the game off early in the first half. And then as soon as the home team get a goal on us, it's just all about hoping and praying we can hold out. Sarri needs to understand what this team does when something like this happens, because this cannot continue. This cannot continue. If we go 2-0 up in the first half, making it seem like everything's like plain sailing, and then a team goes and scores a goal like that, and then for the remainder of it, everyone just loses their heads, this cannot happen. I think this game proved today that we are so far off Sarri ball, it's untrue. Right? We need more time. Like, Sarri needs more time with the players. Sarri needs more time to understand the philosophy of where this team lies with his game, because we are so far off it. Willian today was so poor. There was a if you remember, if you know who Younes is, right? Now, if you remember watching his video where I think it was the Wolves Chelsea game, the match review where we lost against Wolves 2-1, and he was doing the match review for that. He mentioned something in particular about Willian, which really interested me, is that Willian is at the time of his career now where he can't get any better. He is only declining from this part on in. And I can see that now. I can totally see what he's talking about in terms of Willian's performance. This proved that Willian is just not there anymore. He's just not there. He's just past it now. He's just not good enough. He just isn't. I mean, there were times where it looked like he'd actually clicked with Hazard and Pedro up front in the first half. Like I said about the passing game, the fluent passing in the first half. But as the game went on, second half, he just dipped. I mean, there were even times in the first half where he just lazily doesn't read the offside trap. He doesn't. And as soon as he receives the ball, he's clearly offside. He doesn't read the offside trap, Willian. He doesn't. For the most part, neither does Pedro. I mean, Pedro, we all think Pedro should be playing ahead of Willian, but not even Pedro could read the situation either, especially in the first half. But, I mean, obviously that's not the issue, because let's just disregard the first half, because the first half was perfect. The second half is where the problem really occurs, right? It's just the whole idea of knowing what to do when we concede. That's what we need to work on. That's what Sarri needs to work on. You know, for the remainder of the game, it was just hoping and praying, keeping our fingers crossed that Brighton weren't going to get a second. And I'll tell you something, if we did concede that second goal, well, I don't know. I mean, thank God, let bygones be bygones. Thank God it was 2-1. Thank God we won the game. And of course, you know, let's not forget Southampton did us a favour as well by beating Arsenal, so that's also a good thing. Loftus-Cheek. Now, I've got to mention him. He is completely an exception from all of this losing our heads situation, because as soon as he came on, like, he needs to start he needs to be in the starting 11 from here on in. He is just exceptional. He has come so far in his development. He is literally proving to everybody right now that he deserves a starting place. He just is so good at holding on the ball. He is so good at just keeping it and giving people options. He is so good at that. He's ruthless, he's strong, he wins the ball majority of the time, he forces people off the ball, he pushes people away. He's just so good at doing that. He needs to be a regular starter. He really does. I rate Loftus-Cheek highly. To be honest, I'm rating Loftus-Cheek higher than Kovacic at the moment, because Kovacic, again, like I was talking about Willian and Pedro, Kovacic was also another player that I didn't rate highly in this game. He was giving the ball away at reckless times. Even in the first half, when we were playing well, he was also giving the ball away quite frequently. But Loftus-Cheek, just a fantastic performer out there today. Just really, really, really good at just being that physical presence in our midfield. It's just such a big breath of fresh air, to be honest. I mean, just saying that about Loftus-Cheek doesn't say very much about the other players that performed in that second half. Like I've been saying constantly in this video, it was just literally hope and pray Brighton don't score a second goal, because we're playing that badly because we've conceded. If we'd have scored that third goal from Marcos Alonso's fantastic strike that hid the woodwork, if it was 3-0, it'd have been GG. It would have been like, yep, Brighton are just going to play out the game, see how far they can go. But no. As soon as we hit the post, Brighton score that goal, it's just survive for as long as you can. That's pretty much what that was. And like I said, we've had games like this. We've had games like this. So yeah, that's my analysis, guys. Like I said, completely all over the place. But I mean, well, next game is, I do believe, at home to Bournemouth in the League Cup. Probably won't be playing the same team because it's at home. And then after that, it's at home to Leicester. So 2 home games coming up. Bournemouth and Leicester in the League Cup and the Premier League respectively. 2 home games. It should be easy. We should be able to get 2 wins out of that. Well, I say 2 wins. Bournemouth have come to Stamford Bridge and have got some quite peculiar results. So, you know, let's not write Bournemouth off. Anyway, guys, what did you think in the description down below of the result? Let me know who you thought played well, who didn't play well, what we really need to be doing in terms of the team, what does Sarri need to do to really bring Sarri ball into this team. And yeah, bit of an awkward ending to that game against Brighton. But we did get the win, and Arsenal lost. And we've got Liverpool, Man United to look forward to. So it's the weekend seems pretty nice. Seems pretty nice. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like. Make sure you subscribe to Chris Marder Games if you are here. Chris Marder Games' link will be down in the description below. So if you do like gaming, then just give it a watch. Give it a look at. If you like what you see, maybe you want to subscribe. You know, who knows? Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I've been Chris Marder 9. Until the next video, I shall see you later. Hey door, and peace.